What's going on, guys? Stefan here, S&E's Garage. Today we're here with our 2021 Camry TRD. Now, as many of you will know, the TRD is based off of the SE model of the Camry. So it is a little stripped down inside. It doesn't have certain features. As you saw in one of my last videos, I did go ahead and add an auto dimming HomeLink mirror. Mainly for my two garage door openers. I would like to be able to open and close those with my mirror and not have one of those remotes in there. One other feature that this car is missing that I feel it should have had is a wireless charger for your cell phone. And we are here to address that today. This kit is from High Rev Motorsports. They have a bunch of stuff for the Camrys, and this was on sale about a month or two ago when I bought it. And I've kind of just had it sitting since then because I just haven't had time to do it. So what we're going to do today is dig into that. We're going to get this installed. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. You are going to have to drill a hole into a part of your interior to make this work correctly. Emphasis on the correctly. You can do it without drilling, but it won't work as seamless as it should. So let's go ahead. Let's get inside the car. I'm going to show you exactly what you have to pull off, how to pull it off, and where to drill your hole. Alright guys, so we're here inside of the TRD. Now the first thing we're going to have to do is take this trim piece out and then this trim piece out to gain us access to this center stack. Now this is very easy. You're just going to grab it right down here and you'll see it's starting to move already. Once you get your gap, you're just going to pop her out and this whole trim piece, like so, is going to come right out. It's going to make some noises. Don't let it scare you. You're not breaking anything. That's the way these are. If you'll see all these plastic clips, that's just the way these things are. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to stick this on our back seat. And now we're going to do the same thing with this piece here. We're just going to grab it right here. Give it a good yank. And it is also going to come right off. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to set this aside in the back seat. Alright, so now our next step here is right down here. There's this trim piece here. We need to get this out of the way and unplug the connectors behind it so that we can get it out of the way. So you're going to grab it right back here and you're just going to give it a little yank and you're going to see that it's going to come loose just like so. And then there's two connectors here you have to unplug, a black one and a white one. So we're just going to unplug them. Trying my best to do this with one hand. Don't laugh at me. I'm actually going to put you down real quick to get this one. Oh, you slid all the way down the seat. Alright, so here we are. Now we have access to everything. So what we're going to do now, excuse me, is we are going to turn the ignition on. And we are going to shift this car into neutral. We need to do this to get this shifter boot off. To get this shifter boot off, you're going to stick your fingernail or a plastic trim piece tool, something of the sort right here, and you're going to push. And this front piece here is going to pop off like so. Just like that. So now we got that off, and there is a little metal retainer right down here that we are going to need to also pull out. Do not lose this. It is extremely important. So we're going to put this to the side right there. We're going to put it right with our shifter. So that's right there. Actually, you know what? We're going to pull this shift knob off and we're going to put it right back where it goes, which is right here, so that it does not go missing. So now we got our shifter off. Now that we have our shifter off, what we are going to do is open up our center console here. Okay, and now we'll have access to open this guy, to pull this off. So this is kind of the same thing. You're going to grab it here and you're going to lift up, give it a good pop, and it's going to come off. And there are two connectors under there that you have to remove. There is a white one here. Again, one hand, don't laugh at me. We got that one off, and then there's a black one over here. You can see where it goes in for the Prindle. I call it a Prindle, park, reverse, neutral, drive, that whole jigamabob. So we're going to get this off out of the way, And now we are in a position where we can pull this whole thing out of the car. So let's get this out of the car. I'm going to show you exactly where you need to drill your hole. Alright guys, so you're going to pull your rubber insulator here out of this sliding tray. This is your tray where you put change or whatever the heck you want to put in there. And what you're going to do is you're going to line up this charger here with this tray to see where you're going to drill your hole. It ends up being just off to the right of this little square here. I drilled a hole, I think it was 11:30 seconds, and I wobbled it out a little bit because you need this connector to just fit through it, like so. So once you get that rubber piece off, you drill your hole. Now you're in a position where you can slide your wireless charger in. You're going to slide the back in first, and then you're going to clip in the front, and you'll hear it clip in. So now this is secured to the car, and you'll see that this moves with the tray. So now we are in a position where we can start putting this back into the car, and we're going to install our wire harness, which is plug and play, which I think is pretty cool. So let's go ahead, let's get this back in the car, and let's get this harness connected. Alright guys, so here we are back in the car. Now this harness here is going to go in line with this guy here. This is the wire for your cigarette lighter, more or less. It's an accessory wire. You'll see that these two plugs here are exactly the same. So what we're going to do here is we're going to plug this female end into the male end that is in your car, like so. And then we're going to tuck this back away under the console so that when we plug this in, there's nothing keeping it from sliding back and forth as you slide your tray back and forth. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get this whole center console back into place, and we're going to start plugging everything in. I'm going to put you on my lap while I do it, just to see, so you can kind of see the way I'm doing it here. You're going to want to have your shifter in neutral so that everything lines up, and we're just going to take it like this and slide it into place without hitting anything. Now once we kind of get it into place is when we're going to start plugging in our connectors. So we have the two connectors we need to plug in plus the third for our new charge port. So let me get that in, and then I'm going to plug in my two wires here, my white one and my black one, to the Prindle. So we'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so now that we got this in and our two connectors here plugged in, we're going to go ahead and put our trim piece with our USB and accessory ports into place. Now like I said, the one end of this is the end of our new harness here, so this is going to plug in place of the factory harness, and then this one is unchanged. So I'm just going to put you right here so you can see what I'm doing, and we're just going to plug everything in. So this guy goes here, you'll hear it click, there we go. This guy goes here, there we go. And now we're just going to slowly get everything into place, being sure not to damage any of our clips or anything. This is the most annoying part, because now we have an extra harness that we have to worry about not getting in the way, which it is kind of in the way. So we're just gonna take our time here and get that into place. Okay, so that's into place now, and we're just gonna check that this operates nice and smoothly. It opens and closes. Let's turn our accessory on here, and let's see if it charges our phone. I have a case on my phone, so it might not work right away. Take my case off real quick. So full disclosure, this unit will not work if you have a thick case on your iPhone. I'm not sure about any other phones, but there are many, chargers that are like that. Sometimes the case is just too thick, so keep that in mind. I use Apple CarPlay more than anything else. This is strictly for my fiance for when she's in the car and needs to charge her phone, because it's kind of screwy when there's all kinds of wires going all over the place. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this shifter mechanism back on, and we're going to get our trim pieces back in. Alright guys, so here we have it. The charger does work. I'm going to take my case off now that I know how I have to set it on there and see if it charges. Alright guys, passenger trim piece is in. Next is the one that goes down the driver's side. Alright guys, shifter back in. Our next step is going to be to put the trim piece that goes across the passenger dashboard, so let's get that in. Alright guys, just like that, you just installed the Qi wireless charging mat in your Camry, whether it be an LE, SE, TRD that did not have one originally. It works just like it, was designed to be there. Slides forward, slides back. You put your phone on it without a case. Let's try it again, give it the benefit of the doubt here. Now you're gonna have to take your case off with this one. So please, if this helped you, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.